there's things you can do defensively that give you a gauge of how far you've come?
Doesn't matter who you play. In fact, Phoenix has won 4 out of 5, so they're playing better than Denver was coming in last night. Doesn't matter. Everybody in this league has talent and great players, so it's the habits, it's the detail, and any one of the other 29 teams you got to have that for. So that's the goal for tomorrow.
You talked about DeMarcus's defense last night. Did you see that kind of performance kind of building up?
I don't attribute that to DeMarcus. I attribute to the whole team. Defense is a 5-man game, and you know, the last few games have been so demoralizing because we haven't been competing. And when you don't compete, then you got all kinds of holes in the defense. And I know DeMarcus has been taking the brunt of the criticism, but it's a 5-man game. So everybody competed last night. Everybody was flying around, and so we all look better defensively. But again, the focus is on DeMarcus. Just because he's the new guy and he's a different piece than what we've had and all that stuff, but it's about all 5 guys.
Steve, you use that word piece. There's a lot of really good teams right now that are integrating somewhat new pieces. I wonder, like from a coaching standpoint, what is this point in the season, these games mean as much as they mean? How do you balance that process of making that work and then thinking about the end result?
I think this is, we knew this coming into this season that DeMarcus was not going to be with us until probably halfway through, which turned out to be the case. So really these last 17 games, it's all about just the consistency of our effort and the continuation of incorporating DeMarcus into what we do. So it's no different from any other year. You know, there's always new challenges, new personnel. You just try to figure out the best combination and get the guys heading in the right direction.
The last time you guys faced the Suns, they had a great 3 quarters against you guys, and then you really gave it to them in the 4th quarter. What are you guys expecting to see from this team? Like you said, 4 out of 5 of the last game. They're playing well right now. They're clicking. What are you guys expecting to see tomorrow out of them?
Well, they're healthier. You know, Devin Booker is back. They've been playing well, playing with some confidence. They put a lot of pressure on you. You know, with Aiden rolling to the rim. And then they've got a lot of shooters on the perimeter, so you got to cover a lot of ground. And I'm sure they have some confidence from playing us tough a couple weeks ago. So yeah, we got to be ready.
You get tired talking about turnovers?
Actually, you guys haven't asked me about that lately. It's been more about defense. So thanks for the reprieve.
Well, I don't mean to us. I mean to these guys.
Oh, to the team?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's part of it. You know, we're a high-risk team at times, and so we kind of, you know, walk that line between chaos and order. So I'm comfortable with where we've been for the most part this year with turnovers. We've had some bad spells, and last night we didn't really get much better. I think we had 17, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'd like to cut those down now.
So what do you attribute the live ball turnovers? Because last night that's what killed you.
I think
it didn't hurt you, but I mean,
yeah. I mean, Steph would tell you it wasn't his best night. He made some poor decisions with the ball in the 2nd quarter. I think he had 3 or 4 turnovers in that quarter. We just got a little out of rhythm. You know, we talk to the team all the time about hitting singles and just making easy plays, and I think we got a little ambitious at times with our passing instead of just keeping it simple.
I'm sure you have long ceased to be surprised by anything Clay does, but coming off missing a couple of games and then be able to make the kind of contribution at both ends of the court that he did last night, how impressive was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always impressed when a guy misses a few games and then comes back and has that kind of rhythm. I hated missing games. It took me a couple of games to find the rhythm and feel the ball and you know, feel comfortable. But obviously Clay doesn't have that problem, so he was amazing. He just said his legs were fresh. You know, he just said he felt like he was more energized than he's been in a while. So maybe the absence helped him, but that was the type of performance that our fans have grown to love from Clay over the years. And And what?
They gave it to you at both ends.
Yeah, the defense was tremendous. Part of what Clay does is he puts a lot of pressure on the ball handler, and the focus has been on our defense the last couple of games, rightfully so. It's no coincidence that Clay missed those games because he's our best on-ball defender, and so it all has to tie together. And Clay at times, like last night, is the guy who ties it all together. I thought he was tremendous, and then because of Clay's great play, I thought Kevin's performance sort of went under the radar. But when Kevin plays like that, that type of efficiency offensively, that type of energy defensively and hustle, that's truly when we're at our best. And I thought that's what really stood out last night.
We like the way that, when we have talked about DeMarcus and the defense, and that's been a headline lately, and then from you to the rest of the guys, everybody kind of comes to his defense. Like, culturally, do you like the way the guys try to lift him up? Yeah.
DeMarcus is beloved here. I mean, he's been such a breath of fresh air and so much fun. He's hilarious, and he's a hell of a player. But we've talked about it from the beginning. Much harder to incorporate an all-star player into a group that's already been playing together than it is a spot-up three-point shooter. And obviously it's a great problem to have. But it's not just that it's hard or difficult at times to figure out the right combination. Think about for him. His usage rate, his whole career, he's used to having the ball and having all kinds of freedom, and now he has the ball less. He's a little more confined to certain spots. So I think he's still learning where he fits in our offense. We're still learning how to use him. And but the great thing is every day his attitude is fantastic. He comes in here, he works, he energizes the other guys, and he's been great.
Any update on the Bogut timetable?
Nope. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.